Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Well guys, let's take a start. Complete each sentence with the correct ending. This is also another type of matching. We call it sentence completion. Half sentence is here and the half sentence is here. Now you see there are 4 questions and we have 7 options. Right? 4 questions only, 7 options. That means 3 options are extra. Now how to do it? You will do it with scanning method. First of all, you need to read the question. The presence of old mines in Britain. Now you need to find Britain. Britain is the clue word. There you have to find presence of old mines and then has. Now what is it that the presence of old mines in Britain has? Focus the word has. They might use any other word to replace has. So let's start. Until now, Britain has opted for burying. Now when they say burying, it means mines. They bury their garbage, rubbish in mines. So burying most of its rubbish. Then they say around 4/5. 4/5 means 80%. 4/5 means majority, 4/5 of municipal waste is sent to landfill sites. Now these landfill sites are basically the mines, right? What happens? 4/5 of their municipal waste actually goes to landfill sites. This approach has made considerable sense in an island with sites of sites to spare because of its particular geological and all that stuff. Now we need to see Britain has opted to bury most of their garbage or rubbish and 4/5 municipal waste is sent to landfill sites. So the presence of old mines, landfill sites, the presence of old mines in Britain has opted. Now it doesn't mean has opted will be the right answer. They have chosen to do this. Now let's just see. We go back to the options. A, agreed to reduce waste levels. There is no mention of reducing the waste level, but we underline that. B, replaced old incinerators. There is no mention of incinerators. Some options will be out of the question. Okay. C, destroyed most of the municipal waste. They are not talking about destruction of the municipal waste, although they are saying 4/5, but they are not destroying it. Destroy means to burn it. Alright. Then they say encouraged rubbish burial. Now see, rubbish burial. For rubbish burial, they are using the word opted for burying most of its trash. Burying most of the trash means rubbish burial. And now see, encouraged. For encouraged, they are not using any word. For encouraged, they say 4/5 of municipal waste is sent to landfill sites. 4/5. When 4/5 is sent or when 4/5 is done, that means they actually encourage it. So encouraged rubbish burial. Question number 15, D will be the right answer and we cross it because we have used it already. Is that clear? Okay, that's a nice start. Question number 16, to make landfill sites safer. Now we need to talk about the safety and environment and all that. To make landfill sites safer, the authorities, for authorities they might use the word administration, government, council and all that, have. Now something authorities have to do to make landfill sites safer. Alright, now let's just go on and we see where do they talk about landfill sites. Alright, landfill sites. Now there they are talking. So I found landfill sites and now I need to see what is it that authorities have to do. But landfill sites are getting scarce, particularly in southern England where most people live, and they are becoming expensive to run as the government insists on safeguards against environmental hazards like the leaching of toxin waste into underground aquifers. Alright. Now what's the question? To make landfill sites safer. Now for making landfill sites safer, they are saying Actually, they are using the word to make landfill sites safer, the authorities have. But here they say the government insists. For have, they are using the word insist. Try to understand, guys. The government insists, and over here they say authorities have to make landfill sites safer. The government insists on safeguards against environmental hazards. Now for environmental hazards, they are making the word, using the word to make landfill sites safer. And what is it that they are doing? They are saying safeguards, on safeguards. Now we need to focus safeguards against environmental hazards, and this is just the example, but mainly safeguards against environmental hazards. Let's see. Agreed to reduce waste levels? No. Replaced old incinerators? No. Destroyed most of the municipal waste? No. Released toxic waste? Now you might think that yeah, toxic waste is mentioned. This is the example, like this is one small example, and by the way, there is usually a trap in the example. Now some of you will be very happy, my IELTS reading test was so good actually, yeah, you know, toxic and toxic waste, this is the answer. That's just a trap, because that is the example. This is not what the government insists. Government is insisting on safeguards against environmental hazard. So this is just a trap. Imposed safety laws. That's right. Insist and imposed safety laws and safeguards. Now if you know this language, only then you can do it. So option F, imposed safety laws, that is going to be the answer for question number 16. Alright, I'm feeling tired, but let's do it. Actually, I'm making a lot of videos this day, and I just recovered from flu and cough and all that. Anyways, question number 17. Let me just cross this here as well. In order to comply with European targets, now clue word, you will find European targets. Britain has, try to understand, something Britain has to do to comply with or to meet European targets. Let's see, European targets. I found it. So let's do it from the beginning. But the biggest constraint on dumping stuff in landfill site is Britain's commitment. Okay, they have commitment to meet European targets. Now what is their commitment? They did not mention. That is the biggest constraint on dumping stuff in landfill sites. Okay, in Britain's commitment to meet European targets. Now what is the commitment? To slash the amount of biodegradable waste. To slash the amount of biodegradable waste, about 60% of household rubbish and all that. To slash means to bring down, to reduce. Now let's see. Agreed to reduce waste levels. Why not? Exactly. Reduce. For reduce they use the word to slash. Amount of biodegradable waste. For that they are using the word waste levels. For levels they use the word biodegradable. That is one level of waste. Right? Agreed to reduce waste levels, and there they say European target to slash the amount of biodegradable waste and all that. These targets are under immersion and all the detail. So agreed to reduce waste levels. That is going to be the answer of question number 17. Alright, let's go on. Question number 18. Burning rubbish is not popular. Okay. Because people have some problem. So you need to find burning rubbish first, and then you got to see what is it that people's problem is. So the next paragraph, if you can't bury it and return to burn it, it means you got to read it carefully. This certainly seemed to be the initial thrust of government thinking a few years ago, a program to build as many as 130 new incinerators. Now some of you might say we've got replaced old incinerators. Okay, because they are saying to build as many as 130 incinerators. They are not talking about replacement. That is different. So this is only a trap. But burning also entails environmental risks. Although new incinerators are now much cleaner than earlier ones, people are. Now what is the problem of the people? That is the question people have and people are. People are scared of the exposure to dangerous chemicals like cancer producing dioxins. So people are scared, and here they say, actually when they talk about it, they say become anxious about the pollution levels. Become anxious, and people are scared of exposure to dangerous chemicals, so they become anxious about pollution levels. G will be the right answer. Okay guys, so that's all. Thank you very much. I also teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub truly wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.